Most people remember Mike Tyson as an unstoppable force, a heavyweight champion who demolished opponents with terrifying speed and raw aggression. He became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, a phenomenon who seemed carved from intimidation itself. To the world, he was Iron Mike, a symbol of dominance and destruction. But behind the knockouts and roaring arenas lived a wounded child who had never learned what safety felt like. Tyson's violence did not begin in the ring. It began in fear. Long before cameras flashed in his face, he was a boy navigating trauma, poverty, and abandonment. Every punch he threw carried echoes of survival. His championships were real, his achievements historic, but the emotional foundation beneath them was fractured. To understand Tyson's life is to look beyond the belts and ask what happens when a frightened child is handed global power without ever being taught how to heal. A childhood shaped by survival. Tyson's story begins in the unforgiving streets of Brownsville, where poverty and danger were constant companions. As a child, he was small, shy, and often bullied. He was robbed, beaten, and mocked, learning early that weakness invited cruelty. There was little protection and even less stability. Home did not feel safe. The streets felt even worse. Survival became instinct. Fighting was not about glory. It was about self-preservation. Tyson discovered that his fists could silence tormentors and command respect. Violence became his language because it was the only language his environment seemed to understand. He did not grow up dreaming of titles or fame. He grew up trying to avoid humiliation and pain. The toughness the world later admired was forged in fear. Each early fight hardened him, building a shell around a boy who desperately needed guidance but instead learned that power was the only reliable shield. The father figure who changed everything. Hope entered Tyson's life in the form of Cus D'Amato, the legendary trainer who saw potential where others saw trouble. D'Amato recognized not only Tyson's physical gifts, but also his emotional fragility. He offered structure, discipline, and something Tyson had never consistently experienced: belief. Under Cus's mentorship, boxing became more than survival. It became purpose. D'Amato taught him the peekaboo style, sharpened his defense, and instilled a champion's mindset. More importantly, he became a father figure. For the first time, Tyson felt chosen rather than discarded. He moved into Cus's home, absorbing lessons about fear, confidence, and destiny. The angry teenager began transforming into a focused prodigy. Yet beneath the progress lingered dependency. Cus was anchor, compass, and shield. When D'Amato died in 1985, Tyson lost more than a coach. He lost the one person who truly understood the scared child behind the rage. Youngest champion in history. In 1986, Tyson faced Trevor Berbick for the heavyweight title. At just 20 years old, he demolished Berbick and became the youngest heavyweight champion ever. The world erupted. A new era had arrived. Tyson's explosive combinations, head movement, and ferocity captivated fans globally. He unified the heavyweight division and seemed invincible. Promoters celebrated him as a gold mine. Media crowned him the future of boxing. But inside, grief lingered. Cus was gone, and the victory felt incomplete. Success arrived faster than emotional maturity. Without his mentor's steady hand, Tyson was surrounded by advisors and business figures whose motives were not always pure. He had wealth, fame, and influence, but not guidance. The frightened boy from Brownsville now carried the expectations of an entire sport. The belts around his waist gleamed, yet the foundation beneath his confidence remained unstable, quietly cracking under the weight of sudden superstardom. Fame without protection. As Tyson's fame skyrocketed, so did chaos. He was celebrated in arenas and splashed across magazine covers, yet increasingly isolated. The entourage around him grew, but genuine protection shrank. Financial managers, promoters, and opportunists circled the young champion. Without cuss to filter advice, Tyson often trusted the wrong voices. Lavish spending and impulsive decisions followed. He sought validation through excess, cars, jewelry, mansions, hoping material success might quiet emotional emptiness. Instead, the void deepened. Publicly, he radiated menace and dominance. Privately, he battled insecurity and unresolved trauma. Fame amplified everything: anger, paranoia, loneliness. The world adored his knockouts but ignored his instability. Each victory masked cracks widening beneath the surface. Tyson had conquered the heavyweight division, yet he had never conquered the fear that first drove him to fight. The spotlight that once felt empowering slowly became suffocating, exposing vulnerabilities he did not know how to confront. A marriage under the spotlight. In 1988, Tyson married actress Robin Givens, and the union captivated tabloids. To outsiders, it looked like a fairy tale, the champion and the star. But behind closed doors, turbulence reigned. Arguments escalated, trust eroded, and emotional instability intensified. Tyson struggled with rage and sleeplessness. Givens later described feeling frightened and overwhelmed. Their now infamous television interview with Barbara Walters publicly exposed the dysfunction. Sitting beside Tyson, Givens called the marriage torture. Tyson appeared silent and stunned, his image cracking in real time. Sympathy rapidly shifted to scrutiny. The once invincible champion looked powerless. The marriage collapsed soon after, leaving Tyson humiliated and angrier than before. The public spectacle magnified his emotional instability. Instead of healing, he spiraled. The boy who feared abandonment now experienced it again on a global stage, reinforcing the belief that trust inevitably ends in betrayal. The conviction that changed everything. In 1992, Tyson was convicted of rape and sentenced to prison. The verdict shocked fans and permanently altered his legacy. Tyson maintained his innocence, but the court ruled otherwise. Sponsors vanished. Public opinion hardened. The former champion entered prison stripped of status and spectacle. Behind bars, there were no roaring crowds, only time and reflection. For a man who had spent his life fighting external enemies, confinement forced him to confront internal ones. The conviction remains one of the most controversial chapters in sports history. For many, it defined him more than any title. For Tyson, it represented a catastrophic collapse years in the making. Isolation magnified regret, anger, and confusion. Whether viewed as villain or victim of his own recklessness, his downfall illustrated how unhealed trauma, unchecked fame, and poor guidance can combust. The unstoppable force had been stopped, not by an opponent, but by consequences. The bite heard around the world after his release. Tyson attempted a comeback, but volatility shadowed him. In 1997, during a rematch with Evander Holyfield, frustration boiled over. Holyfield dominated early exchanges and Tyson appeared increasingly agitated. Then came the moment that stunned the world. Tyson bit Holyfield's ear. Chaos erupted in the arena. Officials intervened, commentators struggled for words. When Tyson bit him again, disbelief turned to outrage. He was disqualified, fined millions, and suspended from boxing. The incident became shorthand for his unraveling. To many, it confirmed instability. To Tyson, it was a public implosion, rage escaping in its rawest form, bankruptcy and personal loss. Despite earning hundreds of millions, Tyson filed for bankruptcy in 2003. Lavish spending, legal troubles, and mismanagement drained his fortune. Mansions were sold, possessions auctioned. Addiction deepened his despair. The warrior image masked profound emptiness. Then, in 2009, tragedy struck. His 4-year-old daughter, Exodus Tyson, died in a household accident. The loss shattered him. Grief, unlike any previous pain, engulfed his world. For days, he reportedly withdrew into silence. The devastation forced confrontation with mortality and meaning. Titles, money, and fame felt irrelevant. This was not a defeat in a ring. It was life's cruelest blow. Redemption and the fight within. In the years that followed, Tyson sought therapy, sobriety, and self-awareness. He spoke openly about trauma, addiction, and regret. His stage show and later media appearances revealed humor, humility, and reflection. The world began seeing a different man, still intense but introspective. Tyson did not erase his past, he confronted it. Aging brought physical limitations, yet emotional growth offered new strength. His greatest fight was no longer against opponents, but against self-destruction. Redemption did not arrive as a championship belt, but as accountability. Tyson's life remains polarizing, marked by brilliance and darkness, but it also illustrates resilience. He evolved from feared destroyer to flawed survivor seeking peace. The untold truth is not that he fell, but that he rose repeatedly from emotional ruin. In the end, Mike Tyson's most significant victory may be learning that worth is not measured by knockouts, but by the courage to heal.